Hey there, history detectives. Welcome. Are you ready to put on your thinking caps and hunt for some clues from the past? Because today, we're doing it with a really fun quiz. Let's get right into it.
Okay, I really hope you're ready to test out those detective skills, because your very first case is starting right now.
All right, first question, and this is a big one. It's kind of the key to everything we do as history detectives. So what are sources? Have a think.
Did you get it? The answer is, they're all the things that give us information about history. You can just think of them as clues, little breadcrumbs from the past. Each one tells us a tiny piece of a giant story.
So, okay, we know what sources are now, but, they're not all the same. A great detective knows what kind of clue they're looking for. So, can you name the three main types of sources?
Yup, you've got it. They are visual sources, written sources, and oral sources. Now we're going to dig into each one of these, so get ready for the next round.
Okay, let's start with the first type, visual sources. How do you get information from a visual source? The clue is right there in the word.
Yes, you have to see it with your own two eyes. Visual sources are all about using your power of sight to spot clues. It's all about looking really, really closely.
Okay, so if you have to see these kinds of sources, what are some examples you might find out in the world? Let's see if you can come up with two of them.
And here are a few. We've got photos, paintings, maps, objects, and even statues. These are all amazing visual clues. Hey, if you thought of any of these, give yourself a pat on the back. Awesome job, detective.
All right, moving on to our next type of source. We've used our eyes for visual. So what do you think we need to do to get information from a written source?
You got it. You have to read it. Easy as that. Written sources are basically any clue that uses words to tell us something about what happened a long, long time ago. We see written stuff all around us, every single day. So, can you think of two examples of a written source?
Great job. Of course, there are books and newspapers. Those are the obvious ones. But what's super cool are the really personal clues, like diaries and letters. Wow. Those can give you a secret window into someone's life from way back when.
Okay, we're at our last one. So we've used our eyes for visual and our reading skills for written. What sense do we need for an oral source? Think about the word oral.
That's the one. You have to listen to it with your ears. Oral sources are all the clues that we hear. They're the stories and sounds from the past.
So, if these are clues you have to listen to, what could they be? What are some things that carry history through, sound? Try to name two. Really great thinking. You have stories that grandparents tell their grandkids, interviews with people who actually saw something happen, and even songs. Songs can tell you so much about what life was like. And yeah, getting an eyewitness account? That's like finding detective gold.
Okay, now for a bit of a challenge. An interview and a conversation. They're both oral sources, right? People are talking. But for us detectives, there's a really, really important difference between the two. Do you know what it is?
Okay, check this out. In a conversation, pretty much everyone just talks equally, back and forth. But in an interview, one person is asking specific questions to get information, and usually they're recording it. It's like a mission to gather clues.
All right, let's go back for a second. Remember when we talked about visual sources? We mentioned a specific word that's super important all by itself. What are objects?
Right. An object is pretty much anything you can see or touch that tells you something about the past or even the present. It could be an old coin, a piece of pottery, or even a toy from 100 years ago. Every single one has a secret story.
Okay, detectives, this is it. Your final question. And it's a really cool one. We just talked about what objects are. So, what are fossils?
Yes, fossils are a super special kind of object from a long, long time ago. I'm talking dinosaur bones. They're like these amazing time capsules that show us what the world was like millions and millions of years ago. How cool is that?
And that's it. Quiz complete. You did an amazing job, detective. Seriously. Now you know what sources are, you know the three different types, and you know how to start looking for them. You are officially ready to find clues about the past. So keep those eyes and ears wide open, because history is literally all around you. So, what will you discover next?